Alright, hello everyone. Hello. Where are we? How's it going, everyone? We are back, of course, today, doing more hunting for a shiny in every single wild zone, but only ones that are important to our shiny decks. Now, you may notice that for this wild zone, the only ones that are going to count are Clawitzer and Slowbro. Now, if you've played this game at all, you know that the only Clawitzer and Slowbro spawns are the alphas, which means we are unfortunately going to have to be resetting for these two, which is really not ideal, because if we could respawn at this gate, that would be fantastic. But if we go to Wild Zone 11, you'll find that we are on the other side, and we aren't in range of either. We need to be at that one, I think, over there. Oh no, that one there, sorry. So we have to go around every time. What we can do, I believe, is if we go to Wild Zone 6, we're a bit closer, so it's not as bad. However, it's not ideal. Not ideal at all. This is a much better Wild Zone 6. Again, we don't spawn from this one. If we did, there is a bench here, so there is opportunity for that. We still have to get up and come forward to see them. Bench resets aren't going to be faster than the others, I don't believe. So I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to just keep travelling to 6 and go back. I think that's the fastest way. Being able to run, so obviously a lot of people, the way people consider the sign of easiest to AFK, right? That's the sort of plan. Okay, so I'm just going to do that and that, because that is the most insane thing that I've ever seen in my life. I did a practice reset. I started the timer, and shiny Alpha Slowbro is there. This challenge is a joke? What is? Nah, that is ridiculous. I'm not even reacting because I'm just. This was, oh my god, what are the chances? I don't know what to say. I'm just like, oh, I've built all this up. Be like, oh, we're gonna do all of this. It took me longer to explain how we're gonna reset this than. Oh my god. I mean, this is amazing news. We can just move straight on. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. How has that happened? Well, it's certainly our quickest hunt. We're not beating that. Okay, well, I guess I better catch it. But what the hell? Nah, man. There's no way. That is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. Like, what is going on? You're joking me. Why am I using a ghost type? What am I doing? Oh, whoops. Well, I'm sure it'll stay, but I didn't even start a timer. And I was still just talking about it like it was going to be quick or slow or whatever. I thought this was going to be such a hurdle. I thought we were going to be stuck here. I thought I was going to be here for hours. Oh my god. What the hell? I don't know what to do now. I've mentally, like, prepared myself to be sitting here for hours doing these stupid runs. What I was trying to say was, you know, if you're doing AFK hunting, this is the best way because you don't have to move and it's still in range or whatever. But it's obviously quicker to reset and then just run across. But I didn't even need to explain it because it was just there. Might be the most insane shiny I've ever found. What the hell? But like, I'm not even like super hyped because I'm just shocked, but I haven't been doing it. I've just come along to do it and we're done. I just made this graphic and it's just gone. I don't know what to say. Wow. Jesus Christ, man. Well, I guess we've got to go to the next one also. And I guess we're just done with difficult. Well, we've still got some difficult ones, but I don't know what to say. That is just nuts. That is... Oh my god. I can't believe it. Well, I'm glad I've got recording, because that was just insane. How is that even possible, man? Like, that shouldn't have been possible. How has that just happened? That is just mental. Well, I guess I better make the new tier list. Well, what the bloody hell? I mean, if that's not luck, then I don't know what is. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I guess I've used it all for today, so we're not getting any other shinies, basically. That's what we've learned. Okay, let me just share my screen so we can do this. I can't believe it. Insane. Absolutely bloody insane. There we are. Alright. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Okay. Alright, well. We know we've got a Abomasnow duplicate because I already got it in this thing. You are brand new shiny, so we can get you. You're this, because we still need you. We can get the baby. You're a duplicate. You're a duplicate. I think these are all duplicates. I will double check. And then obviously Vanillite is a stage. No, sorry. New. I shouldn't. Okay, well, so technically this doesn't follow this word by word because you can't find Vanillish anywhere, but we're not getting... Oh, no, let's put it there because this is going to be Vanillish. We need to get Vanillish, and this is going to be the way to do it. So yeah, let me just have a double check. Can't believe that happened. Cannot believe that happened. Alright, so yeah, Avalugg we don't have. And then Abomasnow, Delibird... Actually, I'd say what we should do is check them for the correct stages one. Because if they're there, then, you know, that fills both. So Abomasnow I haven't ticked off, but it most definitely is in the correct stage. Because we got it in this game. Delibird, Go-Goat, yep. Machoke, Machop, yep. Obviously Snorunt. And Snova, lovely. And let's just check for these guys. So Avalugg, yeah, we don't have. And obviously Vanillish isn't stage anyway. Okay, well, that's going to be our chart. I can't believe how mental that is. Like, we just I didn't even hunt for it. I just turned up. Like, we saved there last time to, like, kind of say this is where we're going to go. And I did one test example. And then I did one, and just to be like, here. And then we started. Like, in terms of actually physically hunting and not giving an example, that was technically the first reset. If not, you really want to be, you know, pedantic, that was the second. I didn't think we were going to beat Trevenant for resetting for Shalfers at all, but we just have. I don't think we're ever beating that, because I'm not sure it's possible. Alright. There's our new image. A lot more forgiving than this one. I still can't believe it, though. Like, that is just... If that's not, like, divine intervention, I don't know what is. Alright, well, we can go to a nicer one now. Biggest downside here is that Bergmite and Avalugg are in their own section. And we can spawn in 2 Bergmite, 1 Avalugg. So there's this one there, that Avalugg over there, and then there's another Bergmite behind that bit of ice. Vanillish, however, spawns here, and does it spawn anywhere else? Okay, it can spawn over here. Which I think is probably good news and nowhere else, because it means that we can just reset at the gate, which is great news. However, because I do want to try get Avalugg, of course, as much as we do need Vanillite, and we can get Vanillite a lot easier in the other wild zones, so what I'm going to try and do... Oh, Vanillite spawns down here as well. Amazing. So we'll come down here and then reset once we've seen that second Bergmite. And once we've seen that second Bergmite, we can move on. So actually, let's do that. There we go. Mental. Absolutely mental. That shouldn't have happened. I don't know how it did. Genuinely insane. God. And yeah, for context, of course, Machop, I think, is like a yellowy. Machoke is green. Go-Go is oddly coloured. It's like yellow and black, and yeah, it's strange. Still a bit of green in it though. And then Delibird is like a purpley pink. A Bombasnow. Oh, where's Snowbra? Hold on. Ah. I might have done this in the past and just not clocked. In fact, I've definitely done this in the past, right? Yeah, I did not realise. Whoops. How do we do this then? Is this obvious at all? That's the, or can you still read it is the question. If I turn it up to full quality, because it might be hard to see now. Okay, if you're actually properly watching the stream, yeah, it's pretty obvious. That's fine. It's not so obvious on my screen, but that's because I have it turned down, so I don't give unnecessary frames to things like that. Okay, cool. Oh, I'm excited to tell Buddha when Buddha gets here, because, I mean, is that the luckiest I've ever been in terms of hunting? I don't know. It's such an interesting question, because you know, I've done shiny hunting for such a long time now. Or it feels like a long time anyway. And we've had some crazy hunts. You know, getting the shiny the Dunsparce 3 segment, but you know that's due to the evolving, and that's only 1 in 100. It's not, you know, that's shocking. It's more about the fact that you have to spend all that time hunting Dunsparce. But we've had a lot of, you know, first one shinies, and Dynamax ones early on. But I feel like the odds of that are by far the rarest to happen. So, and it's just the fact it was the first one. So, yeah, that was insane. Slightly got the hiccups, so I keep having to cough to try to clear my throat, and then hopefully it'll go away. My God, I genuinely cannot believe that. Like, just insane. Oh, I tell you what, actually, I haven't checked the other ones. Oh, Buddha, you don't understand what just happened. Okay, my champ. Was that the only one I missed? Yeah. You don't understand. The craziest thing just happened. No. I mean, so, first of all, yes, so I'm on 12. Hold on. Basically, we load up the stream. So at the end, I started last stream. I finished last stream. I didn't do any resets in 11. I just had a look around to kind of see where I'd need to reset. Because I didn't want to start a new one. I just thought we could start from 0. It's a fitting end, whatever. Because I know you left slightly early. So I loaded it up, and we're in front of 11. So, you know, start the stream, get it all going. You know, again, introduce what's happening, you know, the sort of plan, how we're doing things. And obviously then I have to explain that the only shinies I can catch are Alpha Clawitzer and Alpha Slowbro, because everything else I either have their evolutions or themselves, effectively. So they're my only 2 options, right? So as I'm kind of talking about it, I'm like, this is what happens if, you know, we want to spawn from this side, we can reset here, you know, be in range of both of them. However, if you start actually, or teleport to Wild Zone 11, you get put on the other side, and we want to be the one nearer to Wild Zone 6. So what I'm suggesting is we teleport to Wild Zone 6 and run across like this. And I kind of showed an example of how I do it. And I also explained a bit why I wouldn't bench reset, you know, because it was going to take longer, better for AFK, whatever. So I was like, this is what I'm going to do, I think. If I think of something better, sure, I'll try it. But, you know, that's what we'll do. So then, I was like, okay, let's start the hunt then. I forgot to do the timer, but it was irrelevant, because I started. I teleported to Wild Zone 6, ran to Wild Zone 11, and Shiny Alpha Slowbro was just there. Literally the first one. And I didn't know what to say. I was just sitting there like, this kind of just looks like I've rigged it, but we know I haven't because I've just been there. Like, I couldn't believe, I was so shocked. I was just there like, what? So I pretty much, for the timer, I just pressed the start button, then pressed stop again, because I hadn't pressed it yet. But it was the first one. It was literally like a 5-second hunt. So yeah, we did beat Houndoom. And of course it was an alpha. And it was literally the first one. So yeah, now we're in Wild Zone 12. It took me longer to explain how we were going to hunt that shiny than it took to actually find the shiny. In fact, it took like 5 times longer to explain it than to find it. I didn't clip it, but you'll be able to see it on, once I've finished with the stream. And of course, I'm going to make that into a short. But Jesus, like, I thought I'd mentally prepared myself that I was going to be there for a while. That's why I stopped last stream. I was like, I'm going to stop because this one's going to be tough. We're only going for the alphas. There's only one spawn of them each time. We're not going to be spawning straight outside the zone. I can't just quick reset. I've got to have to run to constantly. Like this one, we're going to be here for... This could be a Bunnelby level one, you know? But no, we just got it in like 5 seconds. So, yeah. That's basically how that went. And now I have a shiny Alpha Slowbro, which, as you can see, is right here. So, yeah. I just don't know what else to say. It's just kind of mental. Yeah. So that's where we're at. I just didn't know what to say because I just saw it and I was like, oh, well, it's just like I didn't even react that much because I was just so taken aback. I really had just thought we're gonna be here for hours, and I've just hopped on and there's shiny Alpha Slowbro like it's nothing. So yeah. Crazy. I still don't really know what to say. Yeah, I'm just lost for words because that shouldn't have happened. And I'm now sort of debating whether that's probably the luckiest I've ever been shiny hunting wise. Because I've got shinies quickly, you know, in Dynamax Adventures, getting like Giratina after 2 or other people, whatever. But even then, that's 1 in 100. Yeah, it takes a bit of time, but this is 1 in what? Is it 1,024 for this, I think, with the 3 extra rolls? And just... yeah, I don't know. It's just mind-blowing that that's happened so quickly. I just turned up. Like, it... I was like, this is how I'm going to hunt. Because I said, look, if we go to Wild Zone 11, right? My marker's still there, because I've only just done it. So I spawned at that one over there, right? And I literally went, okay, so if we teleport to 11, we're going to end up here. So what we're going to have to do is teleport to Zone 6 like this, and run all the way over here, which is very annoying, blah, blah, blah. You know, and we could do this bench reset, but as you can see, once we get over here, we can see Alpha Clawitzer and Alpha Slowbro, and that was what I did. So now let's just start, and then I teleported to 6, did that same one again, and it was right there. So, yeah. Oh, I got a mention. Why have I been atted? In my group chat. Yikes. Is that shiny? Oh my god, what is going on? What is going on? How is this possible? We barely started again. We're under 10 minutes. We just beat our best time twice. 2 hunts in a row. What the hell? I don't know how to react to this. Like, this isn't meant to be happening. We're getting them so easily. What is going on? We've just got, like, back-to-back shinies in 10 minutes, including the Alpha Slowbro, like, first try. I don't know what to say. Like, this is just stupid now. This is too easy. Oh my god. What? I don't understand. This took me 9 hours. This Bunnelby took me 9 flipping hours. And you're telling me Alpha Slowbro took me 5 seconds? Oh my god, I don't... Even this wasn't that long. This was like, what, like 20 minutes? I don't understand what's happening. Well, I think the rate we're going... I mean, I did just say I don't think we're going to get shiny now. We've just got that so quickly. But the rate we're going, we're going to be in Wild Zone 20 today. Oh my god, okay. Well, I guess we have to make another tier list. Like, we're just making this a joke of this now. I think all the lost Bunnelby luck has just come flooding back because this is ridiculous. This is just so stupid. I've just made this tier list, for God's sake, and now I'm doing another one. Like, what's going on, man? This is so stupid. I can't believe it. Okay, well, I guess we're doing Wild Zone 13 now. Oh my god, I just thought I was going to be stuck on Wild Zone 11 forever. I really did. Genuinely, I thought we were going to be there for like at least a couple hours, at absolute minimum, if we were lucky. And we were there for 5 seconds, and now we're here for less than 10 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Imagine, but imagine you'd shown up. Imagine you'd shown up just like 5 minutes later. You would have come in and be like, what? You've done 2 Wild Zones? Because we have. We've just done 2 Wild Zones in 10 minutes. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway. This is our new list. What do we need here? I need to double check. I think we do have Heracross, but again, I'm going to double check. So, Heracross. Okay, yeah, we do have Heracross. We know we have Phantump. Pinsir is brand new. Pinsir is the one I think we do need. I don't think we can get anything else here, actually. Oh, no, we can get Weepinbell. So this is another duplicate. This, of course, we've got in this game. Same with this one. Weepinbell, I believe, is a stage upgrade. Let me have a little double check. Yeah, exactly. Okay, amazing. There we go. It really did take long to make the tier list, though, for the other one. That's how crazy that is. Alright, so there's our list. Let's download that now. And replace our current image. Where are we? We have to make it bigger again. I must have done that with some of the last ones, I've just not realised. There we are. You know what? Actually, I would like it a bit bigger. So let's make it bigger. Oh, no, I am minimising the wrong thing. There we are. God, there you go. Okay, well, new timer again. Off to Wild Zone 13 we go. This is stupid. This is so stupid. I mean, this one should theoretically be a pain as well, but I don't know, the rate we're going, this is also mental. This one. Yeah, so this Wild Zone, there's Trevenant not spawning today. Interesting. Pinsir and Weepinbell. So I think we can just run in, and as soon as we see those back 3 Weepinbell, I think we're good to go, I think. See, yeah, so 2 Pinsir here. And the good thing is as well, because there's no Trevenant right now, we aren't getting targeted. Which means we can sort of run this side, see if they're shiny over there, and then if they're not, we can move on. Oh my god. I mean, surely we've got to get hit with a crazy long hunt now. But I know we started with it, but this is not how shiny hunting's meant to be. Actually, you know what? Let me pause for a second, because we need to update the actual the number as well now, because that becomes our Vanillish, and I don't have a Vanillish, so that is 707 out of 1032. Now I hope we do get the what's it called? Why hasn't that worked? Oh, that's why. I do hope we get the Vanillux in Wild Zone 20 now, because then that would, you know, be pretty fitting to get all of them. Okay. Where's the number? There. Yeah, that's fine. Arachnid, thank you for the follow. Calling now you're getting a Vivillon. Yeah, probably. I mean, there's enough of them. So it's not one we do need, but honestly, I don't care at this point. Like, we've just got the fastest shinies I think I've ever seen, so yeah, there's really nothing that I can be shocked about anymore. At least this is relatively fast. I think this is the best way, right? I mean, there's no other places we can teleport to. Yeah, I mean, of course, this is the fastest. We're literally just running towards them and seeing them both, so... Oh my god, sorry. Okay, I'll work out how to fix that then. I know when it triggers. It's when I basically, because every time I replace the number, I just replace the file that already exists, and then it comes up with a "this file already exists. Are you sure you want to overwrite it?" thing. That's why it does that. So I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. I didn't realise it was that loud for everyone. I thought you could just hear it, but it was okay. Oh dear. This is so stupid. Oh, the follow. Oh, is the follow really loud? I have no idea how to turn that down. In fact, I might be able to see actually. It might be in this. Oh, it says I can control audio via OBS. Okay, let's click that then. Aha, there we go. Okay, I can turn it down. I found out how to do it. Problem is, I'm going to have to hear it again to determine if I've turned it down too much or not enough. Oh, that is just unbelievable. Really, really is. Oh. Crazy. Oh, that's another question I was meant to ask. Have you got any Phantasmal Flames? I'm just a lot quieter. Yeah, I mean, I try to be... I'd rather be too quiet and too loud, because people most of the time have... But I feel like not everyone has stuff on full volume. So I feel like it's better to be able to be turned up than turned down. Oh, I'm quieter than the ads. Oh, that's not good. That's a shiny Vivillon. You're right, Buddha. We did get a shiny Vivillon, that's for sure. Hello. That was fast. It's fine. We're overdue, but 4 minutes in, that's already another shiny. Of course. Let's add it to the faces. I don't care. We're going at this so fast. Like, it's probably a good thing to be getting stuff like that. Let me add it to the thing as well. Yeah, you were fast on that. You were very fast. What am I looking up? Oh yeah, the Vivillon thing. Yeah, maybe I need to... I just don't know how to, like, fine-tune it. Vivillon. Oh, why is this taking so long? Oh, because it's showing all the Vivillon, that's why. We want this one. There we are. And Vivillon is there. Man. Why has this message not disappeared? It should have disappeared. Oh. It's got to be like a starter volume for streaming for most streamers. Yeah, probably. The problem is there's so many factors to consider, and you just hear what you hear. I mean, I've got a mixer so that I can control the level of sound I hear and the level of sound you hear. Now, it is, I think, nearly always set the same. The only occasion is sometimes I want gain volume higher for me, in case I want to hear stuff. Whereas I might have music slightly louder or whatever, you know. I tend to have it the same, because it's just easier to keep track of. But naturally, therefore, you know, if there's differences for ads and stuff. Because I suppose I could just turn everything up for everyone, and then just keep it quieter for me, and then you guys have the opportunity to, turn it down, I suppose, more. I mean, that makes more sense, right? Because all I was always thinking was, if I just have it the same, then I know what you guys can hear, and if I think it's at an appropriate volume. But I suppose as long as everything's in like the same volume, I could up it and just keep it the same for me. So let's say, oh, problem is this. So my mic is currently at 50%, and my songs is currently at 7%. But I don't know how to scale that proportion. So let's say I move my mic to be that loud and put my music there, and then you guys can turn it down if you want. I just don't. I think the game is pretty much as loud as it can be. In fact, I can turn it up, to be fair. Well, it doesn't really matter. It's the in-game one. I'll turn it up and then turn it down for me. I think that's the best way to do it. Oh, there we go. And then if you have any preferences, just let me know, because I usually just want to try and tune it to what everyone else hears. Oh my god. Yeah, so I guess now... See, this is Wild Zone 30. Not the easiest one, but I don't think will be too bad. You know, we have got 5 spawns that we can get, so... You know, we would be fine. I think we'll get it pretty quickly. The next one, again, should be a breeze. Shouldn't take too long. I think 18's my next most concerned one. Concerning one. But I think we've gone past the hardest ones. I really don't think we've got too difficult zones left. So yeah, this should be a breeze, really. And I'm not concerned in any way, which is nice, because I really thought. I mean, I said for 8 that I was going to be at a point going, oh bugger, like, you know, we're stuck here, whatever. Doing, you know, this one for a while, and then we got Wild Zone 8 really quickly, and then I thought that with 11, and then, you know, it was like the fastest hunt I've done in this game, so I guess you can't assume how the shiny hunts are going to go when they can change so easily. Of course, the shinies as well. We know Vivillon has the white body instead of the grey on it. Trevenant is white, although we won't see it anyway, actually, so it doesn't matter. Same with Phantom. Scyther will have red instead of like the sort of palish yellow on its like body. Heracross will be a pink. Weepinbell will kind of just be yellowy, more yellowy than green, and Pinsir should be purple. So again, very obvious shinies, and of course they stay anyway, so... How do I plan on doing 18? Which one's 18 again? I remember it being an annoying one when I was looking at it. So that one there is 15. 30, oh, it's there. Okay, oh yeah. I'm probably just going to run back and forth again to get Salamence. So, yeah, to be fair, 18 could be a tough one. Just again, based off of the fact that it's one real, one Pokemon really. I don't want a bench reset. It's not fun. It's definitely slower. Like, if you're actively at the computer and at the Switch playing, running and resetting and running is nearly, I think, is always faster. I can't think of an example that would be better. Apart from maybe soft resetting, sure. I suppose actually Wild Zone 18 would be the example for on top of the Wild Zone, right? On top of the building. I think that would make sense. But I can't reset for anything there anyway, so I think that might be the only exception, and that's just because you have to climb up there every time, and that is long. You know, everywhere else you can just run straight to. Yeah, I think that's maybe the sole exception. Well, I mean, actually, I suppose outside of Wild Zones, just general rooftops, right? Because a lot of the rooftops, obviously, to get up there, you can't just fast travel to a Wild Zone. All the Wild Zones, I think, it's easy enough. But on roofs and other places, pretty much, yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, fast traveling is definitely the quickest. If you're, you know, in range. So, oh yeah, that was a question. Did you get any Phantasmal Flames, Buddha? I don't know. Was it delayed over there or not? Because ours officially came out yesterday. Fortunately, I was in my local town on Wednesday, so I didn't. Oh no, sorry, today. My bad. It came out today. But I was in there on Wednesday, so I didn't have a look. Yeah, see, I just have a couple detailed on Twitter. I mean, they talk about it usually a few days before it comes, like, or accounts on Instagram or whatever. Any sort of social accounts about it, they tend to go, oh, it looks like it might be happening soon or whatever. But yeah, because obviously I've got my main Twitter account, I just follow Pokemon news on that, which I'm interested in anyway, and that's when they usually drop it. But I tell you, ETB, I got the half art EXs of Mismagius and Gengar, Mega Gengar, and I got nothing else. Oh, okay, that probably didn't help then. Yeah, I got nothing, pretty much, in my ETB. Absolutely nothing. However, I also bought a booster bundle because I was going to buy it as a gift for a friend, and they were like, no, don't worry about it. Because it was like an opportunity, like, I managed to grab one, and they were like, no, don't worry, I got one, so you can have it. And I was going to sell it, because I was like, I don't want it. I wouldn't have bought it if it hadn't been as a gift initially. But with how badly we did in the ETB, I thought, oh, well, I better open it. And I'm just opening it, I'm just like, oh, I'm getting nothing. I got Mismagius EX again. Nope, no illustration rares, which that's the thing I care about the most. They're the things I want to get the most. So yeah, I opened it again, got Mismagius EX again. I got Mega Diancie EX again. But I did then get an SIR. And it was, I think, the cheapest SIR, which is Rotom. But arguably my favourite. And I did say beforehand, I was like, I really like the Rotom SIR. Although there's plenty of cards that I would like, I would certainly be very happy with that one. And I pulled it. So, as much as it's definitely not worth the money, if I had got some decent stuff in my ETB, I probably wouldn't have opened that booster bundle and got the Rotom. So, there's something from it. And yeah, it's a really pretty card. In fact, I can grab it now, because it's just over here. If I just grab it from my binder. I've sorted in a while. Because yeah, I just got nothing. Mega Evolution was better, but that's because we had the 2 ETBs. Just get that out. There you go. So at least some of it was worth it. I did decently with White Flare and Black Bolt. I mean, I'd love to open some more. I think I got the Hilda SIR, I think, from a booster bundle. But that is one set. That and Paradox Rift I want to open more of, because Paradox Rift is the set I'm master setting. And I did actually get a Garganacl IR on Wednesday, because I picked 2 packs up, because I hadn't opened packs in ages, and I forgot the set was coming out this week. So I thought I'd get some, because they're still so readily available at good prices. I think it was 70p over retail, so maybe even 40p. Don't exactly know what retail is, but it's still very available. So it was nice to get that. And then Black Bolt, White Flare, again, just so many illustration rares, especially cheap ones. I could just rebuy them, but I just want to be pulling them, because I love doing that, and there's just so many. Oh damn! Is that the Seismitoad? Because yeah, that is expensive. That is a Heracross. Damn, I didn't expect to get Heracross first. We have 5 Pokemon here. We've got a shiny Heracross already. Bugger. That's annoying. Let me get the thing up. Because now we've saved, we've definitely got it. Save. In fact, this might already be in here, to be fair. No, it's not. Okay. Another pink shiny. Oh, no, what was that? There we go. Oh no, why have you selected both of them? Just Heracross, please. Well, let's go get that then. You'd think, like, we don't even spawn in the Heracross half the time. Yeah, here they are. I suppose it's another Mega though. That's cool, right? That's got to count for something. Okay, yeah, Chandelure is definitely not the most expensive. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm sort of surprised Chandelure is that much because, although I know it's a popular Pokemon, I feel like the card isn't like that great. I mean, let's see what it says on here. I thought there were a few more that were more expensive than that. I suppose actually maybe from White Flare. Or are you talking from both of them? Because if we have a little look, so White Flare, if we go by price, in terms of illustration rares, it's Zoroark, Oshawott, Samurott, and then Chandelure on here. Then it's Jellicent, SIR, oh damn, and then Emboar, and I did pack Emboar, which I'm very gassed about because I love Emboar. And then in Black Bolt, it's Seismitoad by a bloody mile. And then Haxorus. But I think Chandelure is above that. So in White Flare, it's 4th, I think now, it said. Still a pretty good one, though. Yeah, exactly. And although, you know, obviously... Is that another shiny Vivillon? Oh, for God's sake. Why does this keep happening? Yeah, I mean, although, you know, what's it called? It's not like you'd sell it and then make money back sort of thing. You know, the whole point is you open those, you know, opening ones like that to try and get some rarer, more expensive cards. So it's nice to be able to actually pull them. So yeah, you know, there is that, which is good. So I mean, to be fair, with the amount we've reset, I feel like we should have had way less. The fact we've already seen 3 shinies is kind of crazy. Just hopefully it could be Pinsir or Weepinbell next. I mean, I want Weepinbell, because I think Pinsir can appear in Wild Zone 20, and obviously it's got no evolution, whereas Weepinbell, you don't catch many Weepinbells, and we can still get a Victreebel in Wild Zone 20, so Weepinbell is definitely the one I want here, especially the Alpha. The Alpha one would be lovely. But I will still take Pinsir, of course. Yeah, exactly, and that's so nice. I can't remember really what I got from AT. Actually, no, I'll tell you what, I think it's Black Bolt. From my Black Bolt ETP, I pulled Simisage, and then I can't remember if it was in the same ETB or the booster bundle I opened afterwards. I don't think it was the same, the booster bundle, but I got Simisage again, so that was fun. I can actually see which ones I've got because I can just log in if it lets me. I think this is my login. Is this my login? Yeah, there we go. So my cards collection in Black Bolt. Yes, I've got Simisage twice. I've got Palpitoad, Scolipede, Sandile. As I said, I've got Emboar as well. In White Flare, Woobat, Boldore, Trubbish. I forgot I got Trubbish. The Jellicent Full Art, and Hilda SIR. But like not too much to be fair. Like not tons. And I got Simisage twice, and which I still have, so I'll probably just trade that at some point. But I just want to open more of it. It's such a horrible time for the TCG to become, you know, explode and become so expensive because, again, so many of those cards are just so cheap because no one really cares about a lot of them. Because one, a good card art determines, you know, artist, cards, and the Pokemon are really what determine it. So when it's not a favourite artist, you know, like for Seismitoad, and it's just like your average Pokemon, they're so cheap. And although yes, they're easy to pick up, I'm opening those sets because other people aren't, because they're like, oh, I'm not going to pull anything expensive. I want it to be a cheap. That's why I'm so happy Paradox Rift isn't gaining so much attention. Still very readily available, because people don't buy it because they can't make a profit off of it, which is messed up. That's a thing, but that's the reason it's still around, which is good for me. So I know I can't believe she got the Victini either. Mind you, she also pulled the Hilda SIR about a week after I did. I got it, and then I think she literally got another booster bundle and then pulled it as well. She's also pulled. I think she's also pulled the Superior as well, actually. And then she's got the Haxorus IR, which is the most expensive one in Black Bolt, I think. Okay, wait. Tell me when if you can hear me, because it says I'm currently in an ad. But I don't know if you're aware, but she also pulled in Mega Evolution. Because she also pulled something crazy in Mega Evolution. Okay, yeah, ads. Yeah, tell me when it's done, the ads. Okay, do you know what she got in her Mega Evolution ETB? She got Lucario, the gold Lucario. So yeah, she pulled what I think the most expensive card in the set. And she sold it like immediately because she wasn't that fussed by it. And it was like 400 or 500 quid. It was more than Victini, by the way. That's the power of a popular Pokemon. So yeah, and then I know she's bought a load of stuff at card shows recently. I know she bought the Fusion Strike Mew, the VMAX one. She picked up another few nice cards just because she's like, I got some money for it. I have no idea if she's opened any Phantasmal Flames though, or got anything in that. But yeah, I mean, she's also pulled. She's got crazy luck. I mean, mind you, she's definitely opened a lot more than me. But I know she got the Espeon V after like 8 packs of. I think she opened a few like boxes of stuff like last Christmas that had Evolving Skies in, and she got an Espeon V from it after like a couple packs. Stellar Crown, she got the Terapagos after like 3 packs, and that was all she ever opened. She bought 1 blister from Pokemon Center one day of Brilliant Stars and got the Charizard Alt Art. She's had some ridiculous luck. She pulls all the good stuff pretty much. It's mental. Like, multiple times she has pulled the most expensive card in her set, which I've never done. I think she's, what, 3 times? Because she got the Lucario... No, it's... Yeah, is the Victini the most expensive card? Or it might have been... I think it was at the time. I think at the time it was. So I think that she's done it 4 times. Because she did Terapagos when it first came out. Victini, Lucario, and Charizard. Which is just... I think Lucario is the most expensive, right? I don't know if it still is. It might not be now. I think when it first came out, it was. Oh no, it still is. It is the gold Lucario. It's so weird to think. I know it's because it's a new art, and because they're newer arts, or different arts to the SIR, the full arts. Sorry, they're more expensive. But to think like gold used to be so cheap, and now that they're in Mega Evolution, the 3rd highest card, most expensive, is Lucario SIR. The golds are like double it. They're like 300 quid, which is crazy. I can't believe that that's where we've gotten to. Which is a shame, because I quite liked the old gold cards. I much preferred the sort of sparkliness to it. And yeah, don't get me wrong, like the full art ones weren't great. But I loved the gold stadiums. I think that's so cool. I wish they'd done a lot more of them. Hopefully they bring it back someday. But they're all doing full art stadiums now, which, you know, is kind of boring. It's just cooler with the gold outline. And then also, just, I don't know, like, I get, yeah, it's a new design, but I don't just like them that much. They're a lot more, like, shiny and flat. Like, you know the golds in Prismatic? That sort of flatness to it, right? Like, I pulled the Terapagos gold from Prismatic, the only Prismatic I ever opened. And it just kind of reminds me of that. Mind you, I haven't seen it in person, so maybe it's better. But, like, in my head, I'm like, I'd much rather go back to the old ones, because I much prefer the sparkliness to them. You know? Or do more stuff like the black and white. Like, that was cool. I'm very happy with that. Oh, that's another one she bought. She didn't pull it, but she bought the Mega Absol. I know she did that. Which is quite nice. I'd quite like the Acerola from Mega Evolution, but these are just cards I know I'm never going to get, because I'm not planning on opening any more of it. Like, I don't have money to be doing like that. It's not just kind of available. I'm very much just going to be sticking with what I've got. I mean, Mega Evolution I was happy with. I've got a decent amount of stuff. I got Stuffle. Someone traded me their Steelix for the EX Lucario I had, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. I pulled Shedinja, I think. Was it Shedinja? Yeah, Shedinja. I want to say I've got another one as well. I can't remember what it is, but... Oh, Bulbasaur. I got the Bulbasaur. So, you know, I got some nice cards, but I just haven't been buying as much recently. In fact, I've pretty much, apart from those 2 cards on Wednesday, or the 2 packs on Wednesday, it's literally just been every time the ETB comes out. Like, Destined Rivals, I only ever opened the PC ETB, and I got Yanmega EX, like the full art one, and that was it. And that's all I opened from Destined Rivals. Black and White is by far the one I've opened the most, pretty much. Since every set that's come out, I think I've literally just bought the ETBs, apart from... or I've just done the Pokemon Center drops, apart from Black and White. They're the only one I've bought more once, you know, the set's been released. Gold Cherish Ball for Unified Minds. I think I have that one, you know. I think I've also got that. Fact. If there's only one Gold Cherish Ball, then yes, I definitely have that. Because I've been trying to get like a card for all the Pokeballs as well. Let's have a little look. I think it's in this binder. Oh, actually, I might have moved it because this has now become sort of my sleeve binder. I don't know if I kept them in here. So I've got my gold stadiums. There are only 5 of them. I'm sure I kept Pokeballs in here. Did I not? Oh yeah, there you go. Is it this card? Because then yes, I also have it. Don't know if you can see as well, but I do have... Oh wait, that's why. Oh no, you can see it. Just there. Cherish Ball. It's a 3D printed one I got from a local place like 2 weeks ago. It's very cool. I think it looks sick. But yeah, no, I like it too. Cherish Ball is definitely one of my favourite Pokeballs. Really? Damn. Yeah, I like that more. Like, I get why some people don't like it, but what I can't comprehend is how cheap some of these cards are. And then literally these new ones are so expensive. Like, do people really want... People would pay, you know, the 2 of the most expensive SIR, which I'm not that fussed by either, to be fair, is the same price as one of the golds. Like, I think the Gardevoir SIR is so much nicer. I mean, in Phantasmal, I think... I mean, surely... What's in Phantasmal? Let's have a little look. In terms of price. Okay, yeah, the Mega Charizard SIR is the most expensive. But only just. The gold's going to overtake it, I reckon. They're both £700. Then next is Dawn at 70. Which is, you know, not quite as much. I would love to have pulled the full art. I'm just not going to open any more, though, because it's going to be so expensive because of those 2 cards. I mean, I suppose I could try and get Sharpedo. I might try and buy Sharpedo, because I do love Sharpedo, and that'd be one I could pick up. And I don't think it will become that expensive. I would have loved to have pulled Dugong. I really like Dugong's IR. I think it's really sweet. You know, or some of the others. It's just saying, look, like the Battle Cage. Why is that a full art? Make it a gold border, man. It's so much cooler. I just understand because of the, you know, the rarity issues. See, like, why is Ambipom so low? I think that looks great. I don't know why you'd not want that. But there we are. It's not individual people who decide prices of cards. It's big groups, and people, whoever spends a lot of money is effectively deciding it, which is generally adults who have a good paying job and are favouring, Gen 1, which I understand. Most blue stocks these days are being sold for more than the highest possible amount of pool prices. Oh yeah, the old stuff is stupid. I mean, is it Dragons? Is it Dragons Exalted? Is that what it's called? Or Dragon Majesty? I can't remember. Whatever the Dragon one is at the end of Gen 7. I think it's that one, Dragon Majesty. That set, I think a pack costs more than any cards you can pull. I mean, because ultimately the cards are so cheap, the reason people are buying the packs is just to display them, which I get as well, but it's also still kind of stupid. It is dumb. I do just hate the fact that, like Phantasmal Flames are going to be sold for so expensive because there's that tiny chance you get a £700 card, but I just hate that that's the thing. It's very stupid. I wish there was like a no resale rule for Pokemon cards. You just had to buy them at retail price and you couldn't resell them. Damn, yeah. I was not opening cards in that area. I mean, I said, I've got a few oldish Pokemon cards, like Gen 4 era, from like a gift when I was younger. But I never opened them as a kid because, I mean, one, I suppose I had a few other interests, but ultimately they were just so expensive, and it was like, either a bit of pocket money, or my mum would, buy something for me as like a gift every now and then. So effectively I bought Match Attacks, which was like the football stuff, which don't exist in that format anymore. It's all the Topps trading cards now. And Club Penguin cards when they were a thing, and that was it. I mean, and I suppose there was always like gimmicks. Like, I don't know how different it was in the US. I can remember so many like little gimmicky toys that people had. I mean, there were these little squishy ones that I cannot even remember what they were called. I remember there was Bumpies, and everyone's obsessed with Loom Bands and Go-Go Crazy Bones. There were so many, and I was just always, that was always what people bought as well. So I still have my Club Penguin cards though. I want to try and have a full set. I have most of them. I mean, I have some Puffles there. I don't know if you can see them. You can see a red Puffle just... There you go, if I turn a little bit. You can see them there. I love Club Penguin. Sold my collection a few years ago. Oh, damn. Oh, that, yeah. In the current market as well. When you say a few years ago, was this like 2021-ish? Because that then is when there was like another-ish boom, right? So if it was before that, then that really sucks. Okay, at least it wasn't before then. But still, yeah, I can't imagine in comparison to now. Because yeah, sort of like Evolving Skies era, there was a massive like jump, and then not a crash, but not as much as it was. And then people have learned now that you can just make money off of it. Unfortunately, it's got to this state. Oh, yikes! Yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah, so it's a shame just we're in this stage that so many people, are buying Pokemon cards because it's like the smart thing to do, or expensive. You can make money and all of that, and it just sucks. It really does. Because I would love to just be able to kind of like once a week buy a pack of cards, like one pack or something every week. Because that's so little money in the whole context of things. And it's just like a nice little thing every now and then, But unfortunately, because of, so many people, buying packs nowadays is a thing of, you're getting FOMO and you don't want to miss the opportunity to buy stuff. Like, I've kind of just resorted to, I'm not going to just give in to ridiculous prices or FOMO because, one, it's not worth it. And although, yes, I would like to open stuff, not only does it save the potential thing of not getting anything, but also just saves me a lot of money. I've seen like blisters for Paradox Rift, which, stuff I need, that are like 14 quid. I was like, oh, that's probably a good price, sure. But one, it's more than retail anyway. and two, the only reason I would be buying it in that instance is because it might go, you know. And I'm like, if that's the only reason, if it's not just because I actually want some at a decent price, then no, I'm not going to do it just because it's unavailable. You know, that sort of thing. Let's have a look. Oh damn. Yeah, I've got the big Voltex binder, which I was very lucky to snag when that came out. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna try and get every time a set releases, because that's like a decent amount, and I'm happy with that, and it's worth it as well, you know, because I can sell / trade the stamped cards because I'm not too fussed by them. But yeah, it's just a shame because I would love to just be able to buy like a pack or two every now and then, you know. I hate that we've got to this stage where it becomes so unavailable that people sell it for double, triple the price. Like, it is silly. But, you know, it's just supply and demand. Supply is limited and lots of people want certain packs with high cards in it that they want. So the value goes up and the price goes up. I just follow accounts on Twitter on my Blade and Fury account. It's the only one I use anyway, but I mean, there's American ones and there's UK ones, but I just stopped following the American ones because I was like, what's the point? But there's so many. So I just follow a Pokemon UK account now. So I get notifications quite a lot for other drops of stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care about these. This isn't shiny, is it? No. Okay. But yeah, it's just quite helpful. Nearly 40 minutes now, and this hunt, I suppose, is an age in comparison to some of the other hunts we've done today. We have seen 3 shinies so far, although admittedly it is 2 of them that can appear in this time. In fact, we haven't seen a Scyther. Does Scyther actually spawn in a day? I think we've actually found all the shinies of all the other Pokemon that spawn here, apart from the ones we want, because I don't think Scyther spawns in the day. I think it's Heracross replaces it in the day. So yeah, we've managed to get Heracross and Vivillon shiny, but not Weepinbell or Pinsir, which is a shame. And just unlucky. Oh yeah, no, I literally just have Pokemon, and I have a separate thing of old Pokemon cards, old Club Penguin cards, that's it. Nothing else. I hope so. Because this shouldn't be too bad, to be honest. Especially with the rate we've, you know, caught shinies. 2 Vivillons and a Heracross. There's only 6 non-Pokemon, you know, non-shinies that we could get here that we don't want. There's 4 Vivillon, 2 Heracross, and then there's 2 Pinsir and 5 Weepinbell, and somehow the pool of shinies have all been in the 6 that we don't need. And admittedly, I'm not even sure Heracross is always spawning, because I'm not sure we're always getting close enough. So we've been extra unlucky. Okay, let's just go to the Pokemon Center. Is that still hunting for Froakie? Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a point where you kind of just go, nah. I mean, I just leave him, to be honest. Like I was leaving Kaku or whatever. Yeah, I mean, where are we at? Because obviously I've got 16 boxes full of the whole decks, right? I have this one spare box, which for some reason I haven't got anything in, and then the shinies start. So I've got 4 boxes of shinies, 4 and a half. But I've still got an extra, what, 6 or 7 there? Maybe even 8? So in total I've got about 8 or 9 extra boxes, so I think I'll be fine for a while. Do you not have the full 32? There's no way you have that many boxes full of Pokemon, especially if you don't have a full dex on top of the Alpha Dex as well, like I do. Need to get 32 boxes, mate. This is really low, but it's really nice line like this. So just stay here, just peek up at the screen. Yeah, that's basically the same as me. Do you have 32 total boxes? Like that. Do you have 32? Because look how many I have full. That's all the normal decks. And then I have extra as well. Surely you can't have all of these, because this is all shinies. Surely you can't have all of those full, no? Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, I thought you were saying because you had no choice, that you had to. That you didn't have any space left. But no, definitely you can. Yeah, I mean, I just do all at once, but I think the problem is obviously once it starts to get full, and because of how you have to reset for Pokemon in this game, it's not the same as Arceus, and you can reset so often. We are going to get to a point where probably everything is going to be full if you are trying to just hunt everything that you can. Which does mean that at some point I'm just going to have to go, well, I'm just going to have to cut loads of these. But, I mean, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just send them out for Wonder Trade, to be honest. All the spare, boring shinies. Because for, like, my Wonder Trade decks, I usually use, like, all my breed decks. Ones that haven't been shiny, but because I haven't breeded in ages, I haven't got very many left. So I may end up just using a load of Litleos. Fletchlings and Skiddos. It's a good thing though, shiny sounds. I suppose if you're resetting in 5 as well, you don't actually know if it's... It could be in 3, it could be in 2 wild zones, or outside of the wild zones. Could be in any of them. Still no shiny on these guys either. Okay, looks like there is another Vivillon at the end, but we're never reaching it. By the sewers. What was it? Was it Ariados then, if it was by the sewers? If it's that sewers, I might be thinking of a different one. I feel like that's quite far away. Or are you just checking, I suppose, if you're running in to check all them now? It's going to be hard to go back to Scarlet and Violet now, I think. I mean, one like, going for specific shinies, I'm still not in a period of, you know, hunting really specific ones. At least, maybe a bit more in this challenge, but once I'm done with it, there's still quite a few I can just pick up. Especially if I'm happy to take Shalfors. But yeah, Scarlet and Violet is just trying to... what's the word? I was going to say pinpoint certain shinies, but it's more kind of isolate certain shinies, there you go. Or isolate certain Pokemon to get them shiny. Trubbish, I don't have a Trubbish yet though, Trubbish is good. I still need a Trubbish. And Garbodor. But I'm sure we'll get that in Wild Zone 20. I'm really excited for Wild Zone 20 actually. Because I really want to do that 6 method. The 6, you know, alphas in the middle method. Yeah, I figured. It's fine, I got notifications on my phone, so I saw it come up. Still nothing though. Still gassed I got Slowbro. Like, I mean, obviously, like, we did the challenge, but I just got another shiny alpha, which is great. And I know it's a static one, but it's the sort of one that, because I need a stage upgrade, well, I don't think, unless I do another challenge or I have, like, nothing better to do, I really don't see myself shiny hunting a Alpha Clawitzer. It's very unlikely, because my main focus is on getting shinies I don't have. So that's the sort of thing I would do once I've run out, and I can go back to Dynamax and do other stuff. So I don't know, but the point is that that's the sort of shiny that I wouldn't be hunting because there's nothing else in the zone to actually get. So it's nice to be able to get those because, it's just a win, effectively. Just a good win. And just so shocking, to be honest. Oh, plenty. Like 20? Type in exclamation mark yes DA into the chat. And that would tell you how many. And then it's one more, because I haven't put Suicune in that. Because I have to do that on a separate account, and I'll do that last. Or I'll get it in Usun, to be honest. There you go. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Bloody hell, it's worse than I thought. So many. And I've got so many. Like, I've got more than half? No, I doubt it with that many left. I've got at least 20, I think. I mean, off the top of my head, if we have a quick think through. In Gen 1 I have Articuno and Zapdos. Gen 2 I have Lugia and Ho-Oh. Gen 3 I have Groudon, Rayquaza. Who else is Gen 3? And Latias. Gen 4 I have Dialga, Giratina, Heatran, Cresselia, Mesprit, Azelf. I'm not sure on who else. Gen 5 I've got Zekrom. Is that it, Gen 5? Do I have none of the genies? Thunderous, Tornadus. Oh, I have Landorus. Gen 6 I have none? I don't think I have any Gen 6. Because there aren't like secondary legendaries. Gen 7 I have Guzzlord, Coco, Necrozma. Of course, so far apart those ones. Who else? Is that it? That might be it, you know. I can't think of any others. I think that might be the whole lot. To be fair, isn't that much, but... Yeah, you must have Adblock or something, that's probably why. Although it usually comes up like that. Oh yeah, Blacephalon as well. I thought of Blacephalon, because I remember doing Blacephalon, because at the time Piper wanted to do it. And then I got it really quickly, so I just forgot that I got it. Because Piper did like over 200 to get it in the end. Well over I think she got like 215 or something, it was ridiculous. I think that's it though. There might be more. I'll tell you what. I tell you what. Why don't I do this? That's the rest. That's all the ones I've got. Did I forget any? I didn't forget any because Suicune I don't have. I just can't do it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I've done 18 and there's 28 left. So no, I'm nowhere near halfway. I see, yeah. I mean, I said I wasn't shiny hunting then. I didn't really play Gen 7. But I said I've got most of the decks and I just still haven't got around to sorting out so that I get the shinies done. I really need to. I just don't know where I can trade them. I need to find someone online, I think. Which is not exactly, safe. But I just don't know any better way to do it. I can't think of an alternate solution. I mean, there's the option of buying the game, playing the whole way through and doing it, and then just selling it again. But the game is so expensive now, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to resell it for the amount I bought it for anyway. I don't know. It's not an easy decision. Still not the hour mark. I can't believe we did Bumblebee for 9 hours. How mental is that? It took us like 4 streams, 5 streams to get one stupid rabbit. And we're getting Alpha Slowbro in 10 seconds now. Just seems improbable, to be honest. I probably should have hunted for just Bumblebee earlier, but I think I just expected to be getting them, you know, relatively fast. It's very stupid. I mean, I may as well have. Like, I literally, it was the second reset, and the first one was just me explaining how I was going to hunt for it. You know, I said I didn't even start the timer. is yeah, ridiculous. Like, it said it basically was there. So once you see the full clip, the full video, it's just so, like, doesn't make sense, really. It's just shock. Yeah, I guess. I've barely done any editing for the 100% one this week. I've just been so busy. Like, I've had a load of stuff that I've put on. So when I redid my room, I was like, I need to sell some stuff. So I put a load of stuff on Vinted. I don't know if that's a thing in the US, probably not. And sold a load of things. So I was sorting all of that out. Been applying to more jobs because I still haven't got a bloody job because the job market is so messed up. So I've been trying to, you know, I've been doing interviews and joining agencies and all of this to apply because it's just so bad at the moment. Like, because I was a computer scientist and trying to get into that industry at the moment is just messed up as hell. And I just keep, and everyone who's trying to hire are like these small firms who only have like one position because all the big firms are just firing everyone. So yeah, it's a real nightmare. So I just didn't really get around to it much this week. I'm going to do some tomorrow. I really want to finish just the recording because once it's just fully editing, it makes my life so much easier. It's a lot easier just to get done when it's just actually having to record stuff still. So, because obviously I can't do this and put this out until the other one's out anyway. Plus also it will free up a load of space on my computer. I don't know how much longer I can record and have space, so I really need to get on it. Because I am running out of storage. Where are we at? Yeah. Not a good place. Stop spotting me. I thought I saw shiny things here then for some reason. Damn it! Oh yeah, nearly an hour. Yeah, I mean that's the easier way of doing it. I'm really surprised we haven't got it. I genuinely am. Oh, we've got 5 spawns here. It's only 2 mons, but we've got 5 spawns. And we've had the other ones. It just seems like unlikely. Maybe we'll get a Shalfa Vivillon. Although we don't really need it. Actually, no. Do we have Shalfa Flabebe? Is there a static one for that? Maybe not. Although it definitely shows up in Warzone 20, so I'll get it there when I... Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, Barbarical I did get, but I can't really remember why I was going. I think it might have just been alpha resetting. I think I was trying to get Alpha Starmie to show up, and it was just being really annoying, so I ended up evolving it, and then I realised that it shows up in Warzone 20. So I've evolved an Alpha Star U, because I was like, I might as well try getting Alpha Starmie. But then when I was doing that, Alpha Barbarical, or Shiny Barbarical showed up instead. Besides Venipede. That's crazy, by the way. Like, considering so many of those are non-static ones. Come on, Pinsir. Or Weepinvale, preferably Weepinvale. Yeah, because I'm still only at Skiddo. Skiddo's still my only one that I've got that's a non-static. But I've seen plenty of static Shoufers. And of course it's Wild Zone 3. Come on, guys. Take the mick here. Oh, Froakie after 3 reg shinies and Chespin after 1. Yeah, that is very, very lucky. Alpha Chespin was weird for me. I can't quite remember how we did it, but I feel like it took ages, and then we just randomly got the second one after a while, and then after, yeah, because I think it was part of the when we got the Amora and the Tyrant so quickly, like the first couple fossils, and then went to do Chespin, got it like immediately, and then went back to Amora and got it on the first fossil. So that was nice. And obviously Gibble took forever, and then the other day when I went to Wild Zone 8, the very first one I saw was Alpha Bloody Gibble again. Yeah, it's weird how luck works, isn't it? I feel like you always think, oh, you know, if it happened that fast, it's not going to happen again. And, you know, people always use the expression odds are, like, I would say, oh, yeah, odds are it won't be. But no, odds are it very well could be. Like, you know, it's even every time. You could get a shiny and an alpha every single time in a row. Oh, I think Piper pulled Megalopony. And Toxtricity, damn. And Empoleon? Actually, to be fair, I think she had a lot more stuff. Yeah, she got Megalopony. It's not bad. I know she works in like a card shop now. And she pulled the gold Charizard, I think today or yesterday. Yeah, obviously it wasn't for her, it was for someone else, but still. Oh, here we go. She got Mega Charizard full art, Megalopony full art, the Battle Cage, Empoleon full art, Yamper, Wigglytuff, Toxtricity, Ludicolo, and 2 Zacian. Damn. I think that might have been a booster box, though. I feel like she got a booster box. I can't remember. Oh, we're over an hour now. Damn it. Maybe not Wild Zone 20 today. 1 triple blister, 1 East TB, 2 booster bundles, 1 booster box. Yeah, I think that's probably because of the Lucario she pulled. I imagine, anyway. I think she gets a discount, but no. I think she gets like a 10% employee discount. It's nothing great. So I think that was all from Pokemon Center. I quite would have liked the Ludicolo, actually. I quite like the Ludicolo one. But again, that'll be one that'll just be cheap and I can pick it up. But I just like pulling, you know, cute little cards like that, you know? Where are these shinies? I feel like if that battle cage was gold, way cooler. Yeah, she got loads of IRs, but as I said, she opened a lot more. And I got nothing in my ETB. Genuinely, I couldn't believe it. Like I said, obviously it's, you know, nice open the booster on and get the SIR and all. But yeah, the ETB, 11 packs, and my best cards were obviously the promos. It was so bad. I couldn't believe how, like, just empty it was. Like, not even just one cheap IR would have made it so much better, but it was just nothing. I couldn't believe it. I got Miss Magic's like second pack and Gengar like 8th. So it was just, yeah, it was very dreary. Come on, Weeping Bell. Come on, Pinsir. You've got to show up soon, surely. Oh yeah, exactly. That's, you know, if I had a lot more money, I'd be opening a lot more. But I just wish I could open casually, and I wish Black and White hadn't been special sets so that they had booster boxes. Because 100% I'd try and get one of those for Christmas. That'd be such a nice gift. I love those sets. Yeah, I suppose that's what I mean. It's ultimately gambling, isn't it? But I don't even want the big expensive cards. I just want to pull stuff, anything. I feel like that's not hard to ask for. Maybe in this day and age. So many secondary Alpha Weeping Bells. Still no shiny. That's squeaking on the bed. Who is? Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I said it's got massively worse. God, there's so many alphas. Oh my god. It's got so bad. It is a shame. It's like Gen 5 battle music or something. Yeah, there you go. This is Unova Trainer, Black and White. That's funny, I was able to recognise that. I'd really like to play them again, actually. I really enjoyed those. I'd love to go back and do the shiny decks, but I just know how much effort it is and how long it can take. And with how, like, readily available Pokemon are to shiny hunt nowadays, there isn't... the legendaries are the only reason I would do it. And even then, I think it's just easier to do it, like, use some and stuff. I want to get use some done because all the Reggies I'll get in Usum first, because they're the ones that aren't in Dynamax Adventures and make the most sense to get. But then after that I'll get Suicune as well, because again, that one's I messed up doing in Dynamax Adventures. And then I can probably just work my way through just getting everything else, and probably cut down a ton of time, you know, from Dynamax Adventures. You know, which would make my life a hell of a lot easier. You know, it's not as a guaranteed catch, but I spent a lot of time when I was doing the Usum. I spent a ton of time getting a hidden ability Pancham, so that I could easily get a hidden ability Phantom. Then once I did that, you know, evolve that Ultra Trevenant, get all the correct setup. You know, it took me ages to do all of that, and then just to, you know, not have the shiny charm and just left it for like a year now. Like, it hasn't genuinely been that long. It's very annoying. So I really want to do it. I bought a whole rubber bandable so I could put the rubber band on the DS and leave it and just press a button. And those rubber bands have barely been used. I'm assuming you mean on purpose, yes? Not on accident, I hope. This must be the Scarlet and Violet version. It's not got quite the same charm. Oh. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Nope. Just run to the other end. What I do really want to play though again is Shadows of Almia. I'd quite like to do a 100% video for that, because it is such a good game. It got a lot of extra recognition when Jaden Animations did a video on it. And I saw Smallant played pretty much all of it. I think he played the majority of the game and then didn't finish it, because he just didn't get round to it, which is a shame. It is so good. I'd quite like to do 100%. Oh, Pinsir! Yes! 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 Let's go. Shiny Pinsir. Right there. Hello, Pinsir. Finally, let's go. Okay, well you have to be captured first. Thank you, Embor. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Only an hour 7. Again, you know, our fastest hunt not too long ago was an hour and 32. And then we just undercut like all of that. So nice one. Okay, that's what we need. Finally, Pinsir showed up. Let's put you in the correct box. Would have been better for Weeping Bell, but we will take it. And it is a new shiny as well, so we can update the number again. Which means you're going to hear a big sound, but is what it is. You will hear it now. There you go. Okay. Guess we need to make our new tier list. And I did leave the window open this time, which is good. So let me get that set up so you can see it. There we are. And now we are going to Wild Zone 14, one that should be relatively fast. This one shouldn't be too bad. There's plenty we can get here, and you know it's easy spawns. Like this should be an easy one, hopefully. This one we can probably just reset outside and get it, realistically. Okay, so Aron we do have, but we can get its later stages. Drillbur we have, Emolga is a new one, Excadrill we have, Helioptile is a new one, Lairon is a new one, Onyx we have 2 of. So there we go. We've actually outspaced these ones, which is nice. So we'll save that and download it for later. Or for now, I suppose. Did it download? Yes, it did. Lovely. Where is our image then? And there we are. This one should be a lot faster, I reckon, anyway. I'm just going to go here, because I'll just heal off the poison off of Dragonite. There you go, an hour and 7, as I said, that's pretty good, realistically. But, no, it's very good. It's very good. That's, you know, the sort of times I wanted from the start, so we've just been luckier and been blessed with some really good ones along the way. Alright, Wild Zone 14. Again, one I've been sort of thinking about for a while as kind of one I'm looking forward to, because it's just going to be relatively simple. Now, I will run through here, I think. I don't know, I could just avoid it. There's so many in here. I think this is... It's whether I go for try and get Helioptile as well, because Helioptile's a rare spawn in here. That's the issue. And it's not worth running around this whole thing just to try and get Helioptile. So what I will probably end up doing instead is run in, see the ones on the side, and then reset, especially because Aron doesn't attack you. So I think we should be fine. I mean, I don't know how much range we have from the spawn, but I think this will do. Yeah, so I mean that's an alpha, not a shiny, but it'd be cool if it was, right? Okay, Lairon does attack us. Oh, double alpha Aron. And alpha Lairon, damn, okay. Maybe I should... I don't know, if I reset from here, because I'm not like completely next to the gate, and then obviously that thing of they're definitely in range. So let's say if I go into the very middle, how far is that from here? Oh, okay, so they're definitely in range then. So let's do this fast. Let's make this quick, huh? Let's just do a load of these. Make this easy for ourselves. And from here, I think Helioptile would have been the best, I think, but so we're not going to really be able to get that. So I reckon Lairon's probably next best. Yeah, it probably will be. It depends how fast we get this, I think. If we get this super fast, then probably. If we don't, then I imagine it'll be when we get it or if we are struggling. I did set up these zone resets, and then I just closed it because I was like, I'm not going to need them. Which I could probably use it for this now, but I think we're going to get this so quickly, I'm not going to bother. Okay, sure. Thanks. Yeah, so I think we just reset here. And just kind of go from there. Whilst I'm going to do this, I'm going to add our new finds to the decks, because I don't think I've added them in yet. So, Vanillish added. We just got Pinsir. Oh no, why is the number wrong? What did I get last stream? Wild Zone 10. Watchog. Oh, bugger, that's added. Oh no, I've missed something. That's not good. Maybe a Pidgey line? No. I have no idea what's missing. But I'm sure we haven't missed a number. Okay, Staryu we've definitely not got. No, don't have any of these guys. They are in the game. Mawile Electric, Manectric we haven't seen. You haven't seen a Lairon yet. Nor Sharpedo. No Shuppet or Absol yet. No Lopunny yet. We haven't got any of the elemental monkeys. We haven't got Venipede. No Emolga or Vanillux. Or Tynamo. Who else are we missing? I haven't ticked off for some reason. Diggersby we don't have. We don't have Doublade or Aegislash. Do I have Honedge? I'm not sure I have Honedge. Why is that ticked off? Did I get that in Lysander Labs? Oh, okay, I was thinking I just got an alpha there. I forgot I just got a shiny. Which actually means I didn't even need for the... it was technically in the wrong section for the... what's it called? For Wild Zone 4, but... Oh. Yeah, Swirlix I added in when we got that. No Helioptile or... Oh, Carbink. I didn't add Carbink. There we go. So let's add all of these now. So Carbink, Slowbro, Vanillish we didn't get in Vanillish's stage, and we just got Pinsir. And now if we go to the Luxury Ball one, Pinsir, Slowbro's already in a Luxury Ball, Carbink, and who's the other one we caught today? Vanillish. There we go. Okay, let's have a little look inside. Any shinies yet? Nope, not over here. Over here? No. Doesn't seem to be. Okay, let's reset. Oh. Banger theme. I love Lance. That's the first time I was like, oh, this is serious. I remember in Soul Silver. I miss those vibes, man. Why can't they just add them to Switch? It'd be so easy. It really would be. The biggest thing is the second screen. How they deal with that. That's the hardest part. I still feel like that's relatively doable. Just put it in a menu instead. You just press X and it pops up as a menu. Like, this is very doable, I think. Oh, that Helioptile over there. I thought it was an underground one. I guess not. Remember all his bloody Dragonites. Just being like, no! Oh, Peter! Oh, dear. We'll do this until that timer reaches 10 minutes, and then we'll have another check. Oh, like cat. He's actually lie there like this. If you're standing up, Frodo, you'd be doing a trainer pose. Okay. Let's have another check. No, bloody not terrestrial fights. No thanks. Let's change this. Terror Raid, that's what they're called. just do this for a set amount of time rather than a amount of resets. We'll go to 13 minutes. I feel like that's plenty. Okay, let's check again. Is there a shiny waiting for us inside here? Not over this side. Over this side? No. I just want to check that this... No, of course it's 50. Wasn't sure if it was like some weird angle or something. Okay, so there is a small chance we get Helioptile, it looks like. I will certainly take it. Goal. Okay, let's do another check. I feel like I'm checking too often, but it just feels like we're going to get a shiny so quickly. It feels worth checking so often, you know? Like, we should be getting one pretty quickly. There's so many spawns here. It feels wrong to not be, but... maybe not. I don't know. Just keep resetting. We'll get it eventually. Okay, nice. I don't think there's a difference in nighttime, daytime, is there? Wild Zone 14. Let's have a look. Are there nighttime, daytime Pokemon? Yes. Helioptile appears only in certain days. That makes sense why I didn't see it as much. So it's not a rare Pokemon, it's just that it's... well, I mean, it is in a sense. It's more just that it only appears under certain weather during the day, so it isn't there as quite as much. Let's teleport back. Is it still clear skies? Yeah, it is. Okay, so Helioptile can still spawn then. Okay, it looks like it. Well, we will have one in range, so we do have a chance of getting it. That's nice at least. I don't know why there's one at the other end on its own. I really could have sworn it was an under... I just remember it being like rare enough to come across. I thought, oh, it must therefore be an underground one. But I suppose with both Onyx and Drillbur, it'd be a bit weird if there were 3 that could go underground. Okay, come on. Do another minute. See how it goes. Come on, this is meant to be a quick one. There's no way this should take longer than the last one. There's way more Pokemon. There's way more that we can get. And the resetting is so much faster. There should be no issues here. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. Let's have another look. Another check. Come on. Shiny Helioptile, maybe? Shiny Emolga? Shiny Lairon? Shiny anything? No. And it's gone cloudy, which means Helioptile's no longer here. I don't know. You can't seem to change the weather super consistently with bench resetting, which kind of sucks. I thought you would be able to. Doesn't seem to be that way. It's a shame, because sort of the way to hunt for Helioptile, but I'm just thinking, is it worth trying to change the weather? I know, I'm going to come back here. We need multiple things from here that we can only get from here. So both Lairon and Helioptile we can only get here. So whatever we get now, we will have to come back here anyway. I mean, ideally, I suppose we get a Molga and then have to come back for Lairon and Helioptile, so we have, you know, we can reset for that weather, and we could just potentially get Helioptile alongside trying to hunt for Lairon. Because if it's just Helioptile, it's kind of like, you know, come back just for that, especially having to reset for the weather as well, but we'll see what we get, because we are going to get one of those 3, and right now it's only one of those 2. But if we do get Aron as well, actually, then we have even more of a reason to come back, because technically we can still get all 3. I mean, Emolga is very possible to get around the area. We might end up picking it up, you know, nearby, because it does appear on a lot of roofs. But you never know. You never know what's going to happen. I do sort of want to have a quick sweep around some wild zones as well, because I didn't really explore too much after a lot of my hunts. And apart from Wild Zone 3, which we know there isn't any others around it, because we did check, all the other Wild Zones could have shiny Pokemon nearby that I've not clocked were there. So I do sort of need to go and check that at some point. There's an Alpha Emolga, not a shiny one. I think Emolga's just another one that's got a slightly different sort of fade, as it were. Yeah, nothing here. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do that now, because otherwise I'll forget. And I'm sort of just interested to go and have a look. So, Wild Zone 4, I feel like there's nothing really around. 5, again, I feel like we looked nearby, and there's certainly nothing in Wild Zone 16. I mean, there might be on the outside, but I really don't think there would be, because it's such a big Wild Zone, and it can sort of contains, a lot of it is within itself. There's nothing really on the outside. And I might be wrong. but I feel like that was the general consensus. Yeah, I suppose things like that Swirlix could have been shiny. But apart from that, I mean, look, if we just climb this ladder, unless there's something somehow on this rooftop, I don't think there's going to be anything here. Oh yeah, this is the Helioptile quest rooftop. Okay, we'll leave that one then. Wild Zone 6 is here. And that is this one. We didn't really go anywhere else. It would have had to have been here. We would have seen that when we were walking from here, so we can leave that one. 7, we'll have a quick run around in a big circle just to check. Because that could easily be around. Although again, I feel like it's unlikely. It'd have to be, yeah, something like that Pidgey. Or an Alpha Swirlix wouldn't be bad. But again, I feel like it's just we're not close enough. And this is the other side. We would have gone past a couple things here, even if there even is anything. I mean, obviously there's also the fact that some Pokemon will only appear in certain weather. So, although I think the majority of those tend to be in wild zones, you know, outside of Gumi, there is still that possibility that I'm checking now. There is something there. Just it's not here because of the weather. Just that ominous thought. Okay, 8. 8 is, I think, the most likely one to be stuff around. But again, I'm still not super, you know. Again, it'd have to just be over here. Because we didn't really run much else, like anywhere else. Did a little bit, but rarely. Is there even anything else nearby? It's just the fact that 50 is quite a big number. And if it is not quite the same, like height-wise, then that's fine. But I think just knowing that there could be something in range. Yeah, and if none of these guys are shiny, because there's plenty of Pidgey here, then I think that probably means there's none anywhere else. Is that the Fight Dojo? Yeah, it is with Ivor. Now I feel like I'm just randomly exploring, but there's nothing around here. And there's definitely nothing around. Which, as I said, is ultimately good news. So, let's drop down from there. Leave Alpha Flabebe behind. We can. Leave me alone. Lovely. 9. 9's another interesting one, because it's right on the edge of the city, so it's potential, I think. I'm just going to pause this for a minute. Oh, I accidentally ended the timer. Okay, maybe we'll end the stream there then. We have just hit 2 hours, so we can leave it there for now. Again, this is a relatively big one, so I feel like it's unlikely. But you never know, there might be something along... I might be on like that rooftop or something. I don't know if I can bother to go up there. Oh, there we go. I knew it would happen. And that to me sounds like it's going to be a bird outside. It could be a roof though, because I mean that fletchling isn't shiny. Oh, Trubbish! Oh, yay! That is actually one I don't have. Okay, that's actually nice. There you go. I knew it'd be worth having a look around. Hello. Okay, nice one. And that is why you explore where you've been shiny hunting. That is one that I would have just lost. So, that's nice to have found. Is there anything in here? Is there anything in spawn? Says Spritzy over here. I guess we should probably do a full loop then. That does mean we up the number as well, because Trubbish is another one I don't have. So, we're getting closer to 750-ish. The total amount I think we can go up to that we can get new in this game. But as I said, the DLC will bring us further, so there is still potential to get more. There is no purple thing here, is there? Colourful screw. There's a random Patrat, which I wasn't expecting. Can we actually get up there? Oh, we can. Okay. Oh, bugger. I just want to get on top of this roof so I can get a bit closer. We can have a look around. Just keep looking. go. Nice one. What Pokemon is that? Oh, is it like a limited event? It was on Poke2. What the hell is that? I think it's just a drawing of something. Oh wait, can we not go that way? Oh, that's not the one I wanted to be going to. I wanted to go to 9, didn't I? So I mean, there's just so much area everywhere. There very easily could be more shinies just kind of nearby that's worth having a look for. You know, we've just found Trubbish, just having a little look. Okay, this is Wild Zone. This is where I wanted to check up here. But apparently no Pokemon even spawn here. Maybe up on this rooftop? It's unlikely, we are a lot higher up, and I feel like the spawn range isn't really there. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything up here, which I said, that's fine. I suppose there could have been very much here. But there isn't, so that's fine. If we 10, oh, I'm gonna have to do the same with 10, aren't I? 10, did I... Again, I don't really think I went that far because it's mainly up high. Oh my god, another colourful screw. I missed this one. No way. Oh my god. Okay, well that's one of our final colourful screws. That might be like the second last one. That's crazy. I could have sworn I went around the whole edge of the city and I somehow missed that one. I genuinely think that is one left. Well, it's good we found it. We spawned it was behind us so often. I suppose because it was probably a bit hidden. Yeah, I mean, is there anything out here? Oh, this is the entrance to... Oh, no, it's not. I was thinking that was the Gengar side quest. Anything around here? Doesn't really look like it, does it? Oh, it's good we found another screw, though. Yeah, I mean, like that fletchling on the post easily could have been. It's just how far is, you know, far. Okay, well that's a full loop. 11 we didn't really respawn at, and 12 again. I can have a look, but it's only going to be from spawning here. And is there anything really in range here? It'll only be whatever's in this garden, I imagine, because we didn't respawn enough. It doesn't really seem like there's anything, which is fine. There's roots over there. But in that case, it does look like that is it. But we found one, and that's what I was like concerned about, is that I'd missed something or there was potentially something around, which is why I wanted to check. But yeah, I think we can end it there, really. I'm not going to go down there. Let's have a quick look over here in case this is in range. I don't think it is. Well, I didn't know Delibird actually spawns up here. That's cool. But yeah, looks like nothing here as well. In that case, I am going to end stream. We did obviously ridiculously well today. I will be live again tomorrow. Maybe move on to Wild Zone 16, 17, I reckon, if we're lucky enough. 14 should be fine. We should get that relatively fast. 15 on the other hand. Which one is 15? Is that the Gorgeist one? Oh, okay, we'll be fine. There's plenty we can get there. So yeah, 16, 17 tomorrow, fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, appreciate everyone who joined. Thank you all for following and watching. Yeah, video should hopefully be out next week, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow doing some more of this, so if you want to drop by, make sure to, I suppose, and say hi. But for now, I'll see you later. Bye.